2026. Please welcome the graduates as they march into the hall. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the academic procession. seated. Dear Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Abdul Razak Daud, Rector, Mr. Shahid Hussain, Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Ali Chima, members of the Board of Trustees, member of the Management Committee, faculty members, staff, and parents. Thank you all for joining us today. Dear graduates of 2026, as the Registrar of LUMS, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all today. I believe I speak for everyone when I say that the university is delighted at the opportunity to celebrate your achievements, and this event today is to acknowledge how proud we are all of you. I now request the Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Abdul Razak Daud, to give permission to open the first session of the 38th Convocation of the Lahore University of Management Sciences.
I declare the first session of the 38th Convocation of the Lahore University of Management Sciences open.
Thank you, Mr. Abdul Razak Daud. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. I now request Yusuf Abrar, President of LUMS Religious Society, to recite a few verses from the Holy Quran. Yusuf Abrar.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال رب إني دعوت قومي ليلا ونهارا فلم يزدهم دعائي إلا فرارا وإني كلما دعوتهم لتغفر لهم جعلوا أصابعهم في آذانهم واستغشوا ثيابهم وأصروا واستكبروا استكبارا ثم إني دعوتهم جهارا ثم إني أعلنت لهم وأسررت لهم إسرارا فقلت استغفروا ربكم إنه كان غفارا يرسل السماء عليكم مدرارا ويمددكم بأموال وبنين ويجعل لكم جنات ويجعل لكم أنهارا ما لكم لا ترجون لله وقارا وقد خلقكم أطوارا ألم تروا كيف خلق الله 7 سماوات طباقا وجعل القمر فيهن نورا وجعل الشمس سراجا والله أنبتكم من الأرض نباتا ثم يعيدكم فيها ويخرجكم إخراجا صدق الله العظيم.
And Nuh alayhi salam called, "My Lord, I have called my people night and day, but my call added only to their flight from the truth. Whenever I called them so that you might forgive them, they put their fingers into their ears and wrapped their clothes around themselves and grew obstinate and waxed proud in extreme arrogance. Then I called them loudly, and then I spoke to them in public and spoke to them in private. So I said, pray to your Lord for forgiveness. Indeed, he is very forgiving. And he will cause the heavens to rain upon you in abundance, and will help you with riches and children, and will cause gardens to grow for you, and cause rivers to flow for you. What has happened to you that you do not appreciate the majesty of Allah, while he has created you in different phases? Did you not see how Allah has created 7 heavens, one upon another, and has made the moon a light therein, and made the sun a lamp, and Allah has caused you to grow well out of the earth? Then he will send you back into it, and will bring you forth once again."
Thank you. Jazakallah. I now request Dr. Ali Chima, Vice Chancellor LUMS, to address the convocation.
To everyone gathered here today to celebrate the class of 2026, Assalamu alaikum and welcome. Members of the class of 2026, today marks a significant milestone in your journey. It is a day to celebrate your achievements and to acknowledge the families, friends, teachers, and mentors whose encouragement, sacrifices, and unwavering support has made this moment possible. In a few minutes, we will confer your degrees, hear from from our guest speaker, and have the privilege of listening to our distinguished speaker's life history. Yours is a historic convocation. This year, LUMS celebrates its 40th anniversary, while our founder, Sayyid Babar Ali, celebrates his 100th birthday. These milestones provide an opportunity to reflect on the remarkable journey of this institution. I joined LUMS 27 years ago as a fresh PhD from Cambridge. At that time, the university was very different. We had just over 20 PhD faculty members, a student body that numbered in the hundreds, and much of what you see around you today was yet to be built. Today, we are a community of more than 230 PhD faculty and nearly 6,500 students. But the real story of LUMS is not just how much it has grown, but the institution it has become. LUMS began with a short note written in 1983 by Sayyid Babar Ali, proposing a management school in Pakistan. From this modest beginning emerged a comprehensive university with 5 schools and a mission that combines outstanding teaching with a commitment to research. It is an institution that has come to transform higher education in Pakistan. Its MBA program transformed classroom pedagogy by introducing the Socratic method, where professors guided students to learn through questioning, debating, and thinking critically together. Its undergraduate program fundamentally changed higher education by replacing the traditional 2-year bachelor's degree with a 4 years honors program that has since become the national and regional standard. It placed the liberal arts at its center, encouraging students to question assumptions, think critically, and develop as whole individuals, where intellect, imagination, and character come together. Our science programs broke the traditional boundaries between science and engineering. Our law program embedded a strong liberal arts foundation. These were transformative innovations in Pakistan's educational landscape. Those of us who came of age in the 1980s remember how limited higher education opportunities once were. LUMS fundamentally changed the scope of opportunity for generations of young Pakistanis. It did so because its founding sort of board members and faculty had a larger ambition. They believed that Pakistan deserved an institution of excellence that invested not simply in building programs, but in people. They were joined by many of Pakistan's brightest scholars who returned from leading universities around the world to build an institution that would create a more expansive future for generations to come. That commitment to serving the nation through institution building remains one of LUMS's greatest legacies. Indeed, the founders captured this commitment in LUMS's original mission. Even then, they emphasized that LUMS was not in the business of producing MBAs, but in the business of cultivating people who would go on to create a culture of excellence and change the way society is run. 4 decades later, our alumni are perhaps the strongest testament to this vision. They have distinguished themselves not only in business and entrepreneurship, but also in public service, government, education, research, the arts, and the not-for-profit sector. They remind us that success is measured not only by professional achievement, but also by service to society. As Vice Chancellor, one of my greatest privileges has been to witness another defining quality of our alumni community: their ethos of mentoring younger graduates, giving back to support our student community, and stepping forward whenever help is needed. This spirit reflects one of the finest traditions of the university. You are about to join this remarkable community, and I have no doubt that it will enrich your lives as you, in turn, will enrich it. As we celebrate 40 years of LUMS, it is worth remembering that institutions are ultimately judged by the people they send into the world. So let me leave you with 3 questions. How will you use your education? How will you challenge convention? How will you contribute to making our society more just, prosperous, and compassionate? The first dean of LUMS, Jim Erskine, captured this sentiment beautifully in the university's very first convocation. He spoke of 2 companions who had shaped every student's journey: fate and circumstance. As Jim reminded the first graduating class, fate brought you here. Of the many paths your life could have taken, this is the one that brought you to LUMS. And circumstance gave you the opportunity to grow, to stretch your minds, to challenge your assumptions, and to become different people from those who first arrived on this campus. Through these words, Jim offered a profound insight into the purpose of a university. Its role is not simply to confer degrees, but to help people realize their potential. As you leave LUMS today, I hope you will carry that purpose forward by realizing your own potential, helping others discover theirs, and expanding opportunities for generations to come. So, in the end, I just want to say congratulations, class of 2026. We are immensely proud of you and wish you Godspeed. It is now my privilege to introduce our convocation speaker, one of our own alumni, Neha Mankani from the BSc Social Sciences class of 2008. Earlier, I spoke about how the true measure of a LUMS education lies not in professional achievement, but in service to society. Neha exemplifies that ideal in the most inspiring way. She is the founder of the Mama Baby Fund, an organization working at the intersection of two of Pakistan's most pressing challenges, climate change and maternal and newborn health. Through its flagship solar-powered midwife-led clinic on Baba Island in Karachi, the organization provides life-saving care to mothers and babies in one of the country's most climate-vulnerable communities. Neha also trained as a midwife, chose to dedicate herself to serving communities in the city she calls home, and is an inspiring example of a life devoted to public service. In 2025, Neha was named to the Time 100 Climate List, which honors the world's 100 most influential leaders driving climate action. Neha reminds us that a LUMS education opens many paths. Some lead to successful careers, others lead to something equally important, a vocation dedicated to civic engagement and public service, creating meaningful impact in the lives of others. I can think of a few better ways to live a life. Please join me in welcoming Neha Mankani back to LUMS.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. I have to admit that when I heard that I was addressing an audience who is so highly accomplished, I was very nervous. But then I remembered that last year I was invited to address a group of 14-year-olds, and all of them had their headphones in and they were asleep. So whatever happens here, I'm sure it will be better than that. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Ali Chima, Pro-Chancellor Razak Daud Saab, and to all of the faculty, and to the graduating Masters and PhD class of 2026. Thank you for having me here, and congratulations on this incredible achievement. It's a really huge privilege to be back at my home ground in LUMS, the place where my story began almost more than 2 decades ago. And as you know, just as well as me, that attending one of the best universities in LUMS in Pakistan is an extraordinary experience. So you leave excited, you're ambitious, you're absolutely convinced that if you work hard enough, life will make sense. And I thought, like everyone else, that I need a plan because all successful people have one. And I also thought that the world would present itself the way a university does. So economics over here, biology is over there, public policy somewhere else. And I thought every problem belonged to a discipline, and if you become an expert, you can solve it. But of course, I was wrong. So the greatest gift that LUMS has given me will always be knowledge. It will be the amazing friends I made here, but also curiosity. So LUMS taught me to ask questions, to challenge assumptions, and to think critically. And at that time, I thought everyone learns these things, the academic skills, but they're also very important life skills. So years later, when I was studying public health at Columbia University, I took my favorite graduate school class. It was with this wonderful professor, Helen DePinho. The class was called Health Systems Approach to Maternal Mortality. So for weeks, we used illustrations and modeling softwares, and we developed these systems maps which broke down really complex maternal health problems into a series of smaller positive and negative causes. And this class taught me something really important. It said, look, every complex problem has hundreds of causes. You will never solve all of them, but there's always one piece of the puzzle that you are uniquely placed to move. So there was a beauty to these systems maps. While they encouraged us to think of systemic changes, they also broke down the puzzle and helped us see how small steps have the power to change very important outcomes in a bigger problem. So this idea of systems thinking is what eventually changed my life. But before I go on to talk about my story, I want to share a story of my friend and one of my greatest teachers, a woman from Balochistan, Saida, who I met early in my days as a midwife. Saida had traveled from her village to the hospital where I worked to give birth to her son Ryan. She had spent 9 months saving money just to make that journey. She was 35 years old and she had advanced breast cancer. A few months after Ryan was born, Saida died, leaving behind 5 children under the age of 10. For a long time after her death, I kept replaying her story in my mind. What haunted me wasn't that we had lost her, but it was the number of ways the system had failed her long before she even reached us. She didn't have money, there was no hospital near her home, it was distance to care, it was that she had many recurrent births, it was her not being listened to, it was her status in her home, all of which led to a delayed diagnosis. And when I traced her story backwards, it looked exactly like one of the systems maps we had built in class. Every line led to another line, every problem connected to another problem. And over time, I realized when you talk about maternal health care, the puzzle looks very similar in a lot of places. And the pieces I wanted to move became the foundation of the work that I do today. So public health taught me how systems work, but somewhere along the way, I realized I wanted to work with my own hands. I wanted to know what my footprint looked like, and that is what led me to become a midwife. And I have to tell you, working in birth is one of the greatest teachers of complexity I have ever known. No woman ever comes to me with just a healthcare problem. They come with a transport problem, a financial problem, a climate problem, a housing problem, a family problem, sometimes a political problem, sometimes all of them at once. And being in the middle of these experiences, it is the people that have taught me far more than I ever expected. So there I was, a midwife, with my multiple degrees. I used to make 40 beds every morning before I started my shift in the labor ward. And you know, in Pakistan, when people feel like you're out of place somewhere, they always have one question. So a lot of times people would ask me, "Ke aap kya kar rahe hain? Aap agent to nahi hai?" I said, no, I don't think so. I think the answer, I always was curious about why was I so excited to start my day every day? And I think the answer is, it was being a part of this beautiful, messy, unpredictable experience of people's lives. I became a midwife because I wanted to know what my own hands could change. Every baby safely delivered, women who feel listened to, families treated with kindness and respect, and every time someone takes a healthy baby home, it reminds me that quality healthcare is still one of the most scarce and powerful interventions we have. I also learned that quality healthcare means very little if women and babies cannot access it. And even all my years in the ecosystem of health in Pakistan, I was not prepared for the kind of barriers people experience in birth and newborn care. So the second part of the puzzle became helping women through the healthcare systems. Sometimes the barrier is money, sometimes it's transport, sometimes it's paying for blood after a postpartum hemorrhage, finding an incubator for a sick newborn, affording surgery, managing birth complications. Mama Baby Fund is an organization I started 11 years ago as an answer to some of these barriers. So we started as a small friends and family fund. Someone gave me 35,000 rupees in 2015. And I started it, but we've evolved and tried to build a system that just doesn't provide care. We help women move through the entire healthcare journey. We've tried to remove the barriers that prevent women and babies from receiving care they deserve. And I'm very happy to say that what started as a tiny fund that plugged in financial gaps for women grew to become an initiative that has now reached 65,000 families in the past 11 years around the country. The aim is to be responsive. And it was while being responsive that I came across an entire coastal community in Karachi. It's a set of 4 islands and the entire Karachi coast. So a population of around 60,000 people who have no access to maternal health care, no clinic to give birth, no emergency services, nothing. So in 2020, I opened a Mama Baby Fund clinic at a tiny shop in Baba Island, and that became the only source of birth and newborn health services in the area. We started our first boat ambulance in this place, and we slowly watched an entire community's maternal health landscape transform. But this experience also reminds me how much I've had to unlearn. So when we first opened our clinic, I genuinely believe that the community is not even underserved. They're just not served. So if you bring people a service they need, they will obviously come. So I'm in this clinic, and then no one came. So for weeks, I sat in an empty clinic. I was wondering what I had done wrong. But meanwhile, there's this woman at Baba Island. Her name is Bibi Ma. She has this book. So if you have a pregnancy question, you can go to Bibi Ma. You can ask her, am I pregnant? Is my baby okay? And she'll open the book and she'll say yes or no. And everyone went to her. So first I couldn't understand it. I said, why would they choose this? But I realized that I was asking the wrong question. The question isn't why aren't they choosing me? The question is, why should I? Who am I? This woman has relationships and trust. I have none of that. And this was one of the most humbling moments of my career. LUMS taught me how to think and analyze. The women I work with taught me how to listen, and that changed everything. So then people started coming. More people came. Then they brought their sisters, then they brought their daughters. And today our clinic is completely different. It's noisy. Children who were born in our clinic now run in after school. They help us move things. Families bring us tea. Someone cooks me lunch. They come when they have trouble at home and they need to get out, or when they haven't had electricity for days and they need to cool down. People don't just come because they need healthcare. They come because it's their space and they belong there. So while I am very proud of my lovely shop clinic, I am more proud that we help women define what a trusted system looks like. And then there's the piece that I never expected to spend so much of my career thinking about, which is climate. When I first became a midwife, I never imagined that things like extreme heat, flooding, rising sea levels, environmental breakdown, or prolonged power outages would become such a big part of maternity care. But today, we see the climate crisis written on women's bodies every single day. I see it in pregnancies which are made riskier by heat. I see it in respiratory illness from smog and indoor smoke. I see it in skin diseases when seawater creeps into women's home. And I see it when women give birth in displaced camps after flooding. I see it in women trying to recover from childbirth in 40 degrees with no electricity. So climate change is no longer separate from maternal health care. It is maternal health care. This is why our clinic on Baba Island is solar-powered and a climate-friendly space. Why we built a boat ambulance, why flood response was something we had to pivot to, and why we now work extensively on heat adaptation. Not because I set out to become a climate expert, but that's because women taught us. That's what women said that they needed. So over the years, our work has expanded beyond one clinic. I've worked through floods, heat waves, climate emergencies. I've watched families search desperately for NICU beds because there simply wasn't one available. I've met women who traveled hundreds of kilometers because respectful care wasn't available where they lived. So people often ask me, do you work in maternal health, climate change, transport, community development? And the answer is yes, all of them. The biggest challenges we face today don't fit into disciplines. Climate isn't just about the environment, it's about health. Health isn't just about medicine, it's about transport. Transport is about economics is about justice. Everything is connected, which is why I'm so excited to speak to all of you today. None of you will be midwives, and that's a good thing. Some of you are scientists, some are academics, some are entrepreneurs, researchers, engineers, teachers, and you are people building technologies we can't even imagine yet. Maybe you aren't going to fix all the big problems, but each of you will solve a different part of the problem, and that is more than enough. Commencement speeches usually end with advice, so I want to tell you what it is that I've learned that is important. The things you think matter today probably won't matter in quite the same way 10 years from now, but I think what's important is staying curious enough to change your mind, staying humble enough to learn from people whose lives look nothing like your own. Don't confuse your credentials with wisdom, and don't let your education become something that distances you from people. Let it bring you closer to communities, closer to difficult questions, and closer to the beautiful messiness of real life. I honestly think there has never been a more interesting time to finish a new degree. There are a million things that need fixing. There are a million different ways to help fix them. Years ago, Helen DePinho taught me that every problem has hundreds of causes and none of us will ever solve all of them. And that brings me back to Saida. So soon after Ryan was born, we realized that Saida only had a few months to live. And while she continued treatment, I found her a bed in the hospital that I worked where she could spend her last few months. After my shift finished, I would go sit with her. Sometimes she was lucid and we would talk about her children, about Ryan. Other days she was asleep and I sat by myself. Sometimes Ryan came by and I helped her play with him. A week after she died, her husband Murad came to see me. He brought me some gifts. I remember thinking, this doesn't make any sense. I love systems thinking, but there was no piece of the puzzle for Saida that I could have impacted. So I told him, I said, we haven't been able to save her. No one has been able to do anything for her. And he said something to me that I've carried with me ever since. He said, you transformed her last few months. You helped her die with dignity. So I'd like to leave you with a question. What is the piece of the puzzle that is yours to move? Find it, stay curious, build it gently, and build it with care. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2026.
Thank you, Ms. Malkani, for such inspiring words. I would now request Pro-Chancellor Mr. Abdul Razak Daud to present a memento to the keynote speaker. I would now request the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ali Chima, to please read out the citation and confer the degrees to the class of 2026. Class of 2026, please rise.
On the recommendation of the faculty of LUMS, having fulfilled all the academic requirements as certified by the registrar, you are now entitled to receive your degrees. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Lahore University of Management Sciences, I confer upon you your degree with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligations, and offer my sincere congratulations.
Class of 2026, please be seated. I now request Pro-Chancellor Mr. Abdul Razak Daud to award National Management Foundation medals along with the shields and degrees to the candidates of class of 2026 who have achieved the highest academic distinctions in their programs. All of these students are also placed on the Dean's Honor lists of their respective schools. I would also request Vice Chancellor Dr. Ali Chima to join the Pro-Chancellor. Muhammad Ziaul Haq, NMF Gold Medal, first position, Master of Philosophy in Education, Leadership and Management. We can track. Aisha Zia, NMF Gold Medal, first position, Masters of Business Administration, Executive. Shoaib Khalid Mirza, NMF Gold Medal, first position, Masters of Business Administration. Lubaba Khatun, NMF Gold Medal, first position, Master of Science in Supply Chain and Retail Management. Haris bin Mohsen, NMF Gold Medal, first position, Master of Science in Financial Management. He is not present today. Zainab Imran, NFF Gold Medal, first position, Master of Science in Economics. She also could not join. Muhammad Ahsan Khan, NMF Gold Medal, first position, Master of Science in Artificial Intelligence. Hadi Asaf, NMF Gold Medal, first position, Master of Science in Chemistry. Thank you, Abdul Razak Sahib. Please take your seat. I would now request Vice Chancellor Dr. Ali Chima to please call upon the PhD graduates and supervisors for the hooding ceremony.
I call upon the graduates of PhD Management to come on the stage and request PhD supervisors Dr. Ghazal Mir Zulfikar, Dr. Mohammad Abdurrahman Malik, and Dr. Jawad Sayyed to please carry out the hooding of the graduates. The two others. Robin. I now request Pro-Chancellor Mr. Abdul Razak Daud to award the degrees to the PhD graduates. Meher Farhan Chima. Sania Muazzam. Zainab Amir. And Zainab Anjum. Thank you, Razak Saab. Please take your seat. I call upon the graduates of PhD Biology and PhD Computer Science to come on the stage and request PhD supervisors Dr. Safiullah Chaudhry, Dr. Basit Shafiq, Dr. Asim Kareem, and Dr. Agha Ali Raza to please carry out the hooding of the graduates. Thank you. उनकी हो गई रॉबिंग या अभी होनी आज? I now request Pro-Chancellor Mr. Abdul Razak Daud to award the degrees to the PhD graduates. Amna Tahir, Maham Hamid, Abdul Hamid Azmi Mirza, Faizadullah, and Hafsa Zafar. Thank you, Razak Saab. Please take your seat. I now call upon Group 1 of graduates of PhD Chemistry to come on the stage and request PhD supervisors Dr. Habibur Rahman, Dr. Rahman Shahzeb Salim, and Dr. Kandil Almas to please carry out the hooding of the graduates. आप बैठ जाएं, आप लोग इधर आ जाएं, इस तरफ आ जाएं. I now request Pro-Chancellor Mr. Abdul Razak Daud to award the degrees to the PhD graduates. Faria Rafiq, Humaira Beg, Nurul Huda, Thank you, Razak Saab. Please take your seat. I now call upon Group 2 of graduates of PhD Chemistry to come on the stage and request PhD supervisors Dr. Falak Sher and Dr. Rahman Shahzeb Salim to please carry out the hooding of the graduates. I now request Pro-Chancellor Mr. Abdul Razak Daud to award the degrees to the PhD graduates. Faiza Zulfikar, Mahavish Abbasi, Sana Iqbal. Thank you, Razak Saab. Please take your seat. I call upon the graduates of PhD Mathematics to come on the stage and request Dr. Sultan Sial to please carry out the hooding of the graduates. इधर से। Thank you, Sultan. I now request Pro-Chancellor Mr. Abdul Razak Daud to award the degrees to the PhD graduates. Kinza Mumtaz, Mohammad Mohsin, Sumaya Mohsin. Thank you, Razak Saab. Please take your seat. I call upon Group 1 graduates of PhD Electrical Engineering to come on the stage and request PhD supervisors Dr. Imran Cheema, Dr. Ijaz Haider Naqvi, and Dr. Nadeem Khan to please carry out the hooding of the graduates. इधर आ जाएं आप लोग. I now request Pro-Chancellor Mr. Abdul Razak Daud to award the degrees to the PhD graduates. Oh, वो भी हो रहा है. Javeria Makbul, Muhammad Osama Tadar, Noreen Mujtaba, Salar Khan. Thank you, Razak Saab. Please take your seat. I call upon Group 2 of graduates of PhD Electrical Engineering to come on the stage and request PhD supervisors Dr. Hassan Abbas Khan, Dr. Ijaz Haider Naqvi, and Dr. Adil Pasha to please carry out the hooding of the graduates. ये उनको दे दें तो जल्दी हो. I now request Pro-Chancellor Mr. Abdul Razak Daud to award the degrees to the PhD graduates. Aisha Khan, Fatma, Aisha Khan, Acha. Fatma Hamid Khan, Hafiz Mia Muhammad Adil, Muhammad Shuzub Gul, Risha Arshad. Thank you, Pro-Chancellor Mr. Abdul Razak Daud. Please be seated. I would like to read out the names of the successful PhD graduates from Syed Babar Ali School of Science and Engineering who could not be present here today. Izad Ahmed Irfanullah.
I now invite the Dean of Syed Ahsan Ali and Syed Maratab Ali School of Education, Dr. Tayyiba Tamim, to take the podium and announce the names of the graduate students of SOE, and would request Mr. Syed Haider Ali to join Dr. Ali Chima.
I present you today the recipients of the award for demonstrating exceptional leadership skills beyond classrooms. The award is Shaila and Tahir Andrabi Leadership and Service Award, and these students have also been placed on the Dean's Honor List. Zunaira Khalid. She has also received Practicum Distinction Award. The other recipient of Shaila and Tahir Andrabi Leadership Award, and the one who is also on Dean's Honor List, is Bushra Hassan. I now announce the graduates of School of Education placed on Dean's Honor List. Master of Philosophy in Educational Leadership and Management Weekend Track, Umair Ahmed Qureshi. Zubair Anis Ahmed. Master of Philosophy in Educational Leadership and Management, full-time track, Dean's Honor List, Javeria Tayyab. She has also been awarded the Practicum Distinction Award. Mishal Fatma. She has also been awarded Practicum Distinction Award. Sadaf Zahra. She has been offered Practicum Distinction Award. Tayyiba Amjad. Zainab Sultan, I now present class of 2026, Master of Philosophy in Education, Leadership and Management, Weekend Track, Abira Javed. Aina Arshad. वो आ तो जाए. All right, Aksa Kamal. Aisha Ejaz. Babar Bhatt. He has also received the Practicum Distinction Award. He is not here. Fateh Muhammad. He has also received Practicum Distinction Award. Hina Riaz. She has also received Practicum Distinction Award. Humaira Latif. Lareb Azmat. Madia Khan Niazi, Practicum Distinction Award. Manahil Sayyed. Maria Tahir. Misha Manan, Practicum Distinction Award. Muhammad Muzaffar Abbas, Naima Javed, Practicum Distinction Award. Sayyida Fatima Sukra Naqvi. Umaira Kaisar. Osama Ejaz, Practicum Distinction Award. Zainab Nawaz. I now present class of 2026, Master of Philosophy in Education, Leadership and Management, full-time track. Amina Tirmizi. Ahmed Bilal. Alina Mahmood Khwaja. Anusha Rafiq. Atika Abbas Lagari, Practicum Distinction Award. Me. Bakhtavar Fatima Naseeb. Hamid Hussain. Ikra Bahadur. Khansa Tayyab Practicum Distinction Award. Leila. Leila Samad. Maaz Ahmed. Maruf Practicum Distinction Award. Momina Bisharat Practicum Distinction Award. Nawal Rehman. Muhammad Azim. Nida Iqbal. Qasim Ali Shah Practicum Distinction Award. Shahira Fahim Practicum Distinction Award. Sojala Jamshed Practicum Distinction Award. Zahirul Islam. This concludes the awards of degrees to the graduates of Sayyid Ehsan Ali and Sayyid Maratab Ali School of Education.
Thank you, Dr. Tayyaba Tamim and Mr. Sayyid Haider Ali. Please be seated. I now invite Dr. Hadia Majid, Associate Professor, Mushtaq Ahmed Gurmani School of Humanities and Social Sciences, to take the podium and announce the names of the graduate class of 2026 who are placed on the Dean's Honor List. I also request Mr. Shahid Hussain to join Dr. Ali Chima and confer the shields and degrees to the graduates.
I present you the graduate students of Mushtaq Ahmed Gurmani School of Humanities and Social Sciences, placed on the Dean's Honors List. MS Economics, Dean's Honor Roll, Nurul N. Zoha Ismail. I now present class of 2026, Master of Science in Economics. Filza Ehsan, Fiza Qadir, Hassan Ejaz, Mohammad Mashood or Rauf, Mujahid Abdullah, Saqib Ali, Shakirullah Shakir, and Sayyid Alauddin. This concludes the awards of degrees to the graduates of Mushtaq Ahmed Gurmani School of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Thank you, Dr. Hadia Majid. Please be seated. I now invite Associate Professor Dr. Malik Jahan Khan from Sayyid Babar Ali School of Science and Engineering to take the podium and announce names of master students class of 2026 who have been placed on the Dean's Honor List.
I present you the graduates of Sayyid Babar Ali School of Science and Engineering placed on the Dean's Honor List. Master of Science in Artificial Intelligence, Adil Mubashir Chaudhry. Hanzala Khan, Muhammad Ayman Saeed, Muhammad Anas Shabir, Muhammad Arslan Rafiq, and Rabia Aslam. Master of Science in Biology, Aruj Aslam. Bilal Ahmed Khan, Hafiza Remisha Amir, Maira Zafar, Master of Science in Chemistry, Abdul Wasi Wasim, Sayyida Hafsa Masood, Master of Science in Computer Science, Muhammad Hashim Javed, Master of Science in Digital and Embedded Systems, Muhammad Mudassir Latif Minhas, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering, Moizullah, Master of Science in Mathematics, Iftikhar Ahmed. Master of Science in Physics, Isam Abdullah Balghari. This concludes the award of degrees to the DHL graduates of Sayyid Babar Ali School of Science and Engineering.
Thank you, Dr. Khan and Mr. Shahid Hussain. Please be seated. I now request Mr. Usman Khalid Wahid to please come to the forward podium of the stage to confer the shields and degrees to the graduates.
Master of Science in Artificial Intelligence, Abdul Moeed Irshad. Abdul Moiz Khan. Ahmed Azhar. Ali Raza Haider. Altaf Hussain. Amin Ahmed Kasmi. Amna Raza Khan. Hashim Shabbir. Huzaima Hasnain Khan. Ikra Muzaffar. Khurram Rashid. Maryam Ali. Muhammad Salman Ahmed. Muhammad Ehsan Shakil. Muhammad Darab Khan. Muhammad Hisham bin Fawad. Muhammad Naveed Ashfaq. Noshirwan Malik. Nawal Shahid. Rida Arshad.
Saad Muzammil. Shumaila Javed. Sayyid Feroz Raza. Sayyid Haider Ali Fatmi. Sayyid Muhammad Mujtaba. Sayyid Muhammad Munil Raza Naqvi, Sayyida Atika Batul, Taimur Abdul Kareem, Talat Zubair, Talha Asif, Talha Nasir, Tuba Abdullah, Usmar Haider, Varda Batul, Yahya Habib, Zain Ahmed Shah,
I now present class of 2026, Master of Science in Biology.
Ahmad Murtaza Naqvi, Al-Makiya Hafizatul Hajra, Aisha Salim, Fatima Arshad, Maryam Iqbal, Muhammad Hamza Dilshad, Muhammad Rayan, Muhammad Yahya, Rabia Noor, Shazal Ilyas, Talha Jafar, Waqar Safdar,
I now present class of 2026, Master of Science in Chemistry.
Alina Shakil, Ariba, Isha Jamshed, Hafiza Nimra Anis, Hamida Zainab, हमना साकिब, खतीजा शानज़े मुस्तफ़ा, लारेब फातिमा, लारेब फातिमा, मामूरा फातिमा,
मरियम नौरीन, मरियम रियाज, मोहम्मद अरसलान, मोहम्मद यासिर, राना हारिस अब्दुल्ला, सामिया फरूख, सानिया जाहिद डोगर, शहरियार रशीद, शुमाइला शाहीन, Sambleen,
I would request the guests and the students to please take your seats and keep the aisles empty. I now present class of 2026, Masters of Science in Computer Science.
अरूबा रहमान, दाइम अब्बास काज़मी, फ़हीम अली खान, जवेरिया इफ़्फ़त, माहा आमिर, मोहम्मद तलाल जमील, मोहम्मद अब्दुल रहमान, मोहम्मद अमार असलम, मोहम्मद बिलाल, मोहम्मद हाशिम बिलाल कुरैशी,
मोहम्मद इब्राहिम नूर, मोहम्मद तलहा यासीन, सना हसन, सनिया आतिफ, सऊद राइस, शेख मोहम्मद बिलाल, सैयद मोहम्मद हसन जैदी, सैयद तलहा फरहद, Zaim Yusuf,
Thank you, Mr. Usman Khalid Wahid. Please take your seat. I now request Mr. Seeb Aslam to join Dr. Ali Chima to confer degrees to the graduates. I now present class of 2026, Master of Science in Digital and Embedded Systems.
Ahmed Yasin. Aksa Ali. Hafiz Inam Ghaus. Muhammad Ahad. Muhammad Usama Asif. Muhammad Zuhair Anas. Munail Wakar.
I now present class of 2026, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering.
Afan Shahid, Khadija Tariq, Michelle Sarfaraz, Muhammad Mansoor Beg, Muhammad Saad Nazir, Muhammad Waqas, Muzammil Hussain, Sharon Sampson,
Parents are requested to please keep seated and keep the aisles clear. I now present class of 2026, Master of Science in Power Engineering and Smart Grids.
Gul Ruh. Hafiz Hamza Asghar. Yasir Manzoor.
I now present class of 2026, Master of Science in Mathematics.
Adnan Hilal, Amtul Hadi Binte Khalid, Atiq Muhammad, Mahrukh Nazir, Muhammad Yusuf Bashir, Sobia Saeed,
I now present class of 2026, Master of Science in Physics.
Ali Raza. Hamza Khalid. Kainat Farooq. Muhammad Talha Amjad. Raisul Hassan.
This concludes the award of degrees to graduates of Syed Babar Ali School of Science and Engineering. Thank you, Mr. Hasib Aslam. Please be seated. I now invite the Dean of Suleiman Daud School of Business, Dr. Muhammad Adil Zafar, to take the podium and announce the names of the graduate students of SDSB placed on the Dean's Honor List, and would request Mr. Abdul Razak Daud to join Dr. Ali Chima.
I present you the graduates of Suleiman Daud School of Business placed on the Dean's Honors List. Executive Masters in Business Administration, Abdul Wahab. Affan Mahmood. Kashif Ijaz. Paras Zulfikar. Masters in Business Administration, Iman Ali. Jawad Kaisar. Mahnoor Tasir Malik. Momina Majid. Saad Shehzad Qureshi. Master of Science in Accounting and Analytics, Hamza Mannan Samad. Yasir Rauf Kahara. Master of Science in Business and Public Policy, Rida Fatima. Seemal Nadeem. Master of Science in Financial Management, Abdullah Imran. Master of Science in Healthcare Management and Innovation, Farrukh Hassan Rizvi. Muhammad Munib Zafar. Master of Science in Supply Chain and Retail Management, Maila Babar. Master of Science in Technology Management and Entrepreneurship, Nishat Ali Khan. Sponsored medal by Muhammad Ali Tariq Memorial, overall top score in Marketing Management, Rao Ghazi Fahim Hashim. This concludes the award of degrees to the Dean's Honours List graduates of Suleiman Dawood School of Business.
Thank you, Dr. Adil. Please be seated. I will now invite Associate Dean Graduate Programs at Suleiman Dawood School of Business, Dr. Tanveer Shahzad, to take the podium and announce the names of the graduate class of 2026 at Suleiman Dawood School of Business.
I now present Executive MBA class of 2026, Amir Rasool Dar, Abbas Ali, Abdul Moid Dodi, Afsha Amin Shehzad, Ahmed Kareem Bajwa, Anwarul Haq, Asifa Jabin, Awais Ahmed Qureshi, Fahim Haider, Fatima Ehsan, Imran Haider Rathore, Iram Chima, Kamran Safdar Chima, Khurram Shabbir Khan, Kiran Faisal, Mahad Rashid Hafiz, Majid Hassan, Mubashira Manzoor, Muhammad Abu Bakr Khan Sherwani, Muhammad Awwab Zia Sial, Muhammad Babar Farooq, Muhammad Haris Malik, Muhammad Imran Khan, Muhammad Raza, Muhammad Shuaib Taslim, Muhammad Affan Sharif, Muhammad Umair Qasim, Mutahira Mustafa Malik, Noor Nabi. Rana Abdul Karim. Saad Hamid. Saaduddin Khan. Sania Arshad. Sarwat Aftab. Sayyid Usman. Usama Rashid. Usman Nawaz. Yu. Zaima Ambreen. Zain Kamar. Zuhaib Nasir. I now present MBA class of 2026. Abdul Rahman Atif. Aliha Suhail. Ali Haider. Aliha Bukhari. Ammar Shehzad Chand. Bertrand Triburatis David. Bilal Anjum. Daniel Nasir. Daniel Tahir. Isha Amir. Fatima Arif. Furqan Ahmed Daud Potu. Hafiz Muhammad Munibul Hassan. Haider Khan Durani. Hamza Abid. Hashir Zia Kiani. हुदा खान, हुजैफा बिन इशार, इमदाद अखलाक शेख, कशिश ओम प्रकाश, लजपाल हैदर मलिक, मारिज खलीक, मुआज बिन हमाद, मोहम्मद एहसान, मोहम्मद अरसलान ताहिर, मोहम्मद असद अरशद, मोहम्मद आसिम खान, मोहम्मद हबीबुल्लाह, मोहम्मद हफीज शफीक, मोहम्मद हसन लियाकत, मोहम्मद सजावल जमान केयानी, मोहम्मद सऊद आलम, मोहम्मद तलहा सईद, मोहम्मद वहाज फैसल, निमरा आफ्ताब, रबिया अहमद, रोशान आमिर, समरा अब्दुल गफ्फार, साइम बिलाल आगा, शाफे महमूद आलम, सैयद अजीम शाह, सैयद मोहम्मद दानिश अहमद, सैयद मोहम्मद जाजिब अली, ताहिरा यास्मीन, तलहा रहमान, Umar Bilal Khan. Vishal Ghangru. Yasir Mahmood. Zainab Hassan.
Thank you, Mr. Abdulrazak Daud. Please take your seat. I now request Mr. Shahid Hussain to join Dr. Ali Chima and confer degrees to the graduates.
I now present class of 2026 Master of Science in Accounting and Analytics. Abia Shah. Ahmed Mahfouz. Akasha Khan. Aruj Imran. Fabiha Ali Khan. Harim Fatima. Haris Ishtiaq Ahmed. Hassan Raza. Hussain Harun. Inshira Haq. Malaika Yunus. Malik Muhammad Uneeb Liaquat. Muhammad Ehsan Nasir. Muhammad Isa Haider. Muhammad Suleiman Ashraf. Saad Ali Hashmi. Sama Wakar Ahmed. Shahbaz Ali. Shahrukh Hussain. I now present class of 2026 Master of Science in Business and Public Policy. Amna Ijaz Khan, Asma Afandi, Faraz Said, Fariha Tehseen, फरवा आबिद, एहतशामुल हक, इंशाल आमिर, मारिया खान, मोहम्मद अहमद अली, मोहम्मद जीशान जफर, राबिया इसहाक, राबिया जफर, रोमिसा रजाक, सफ़ीर हैदर, वकार अकबर चीमा, जहरा काशिफ, जहरा तहरीम, जमा अली, जरनाब शाहीन, I now present class of 2026 Master of Science in Financial Management. Abdullah Khan. Aiza Khalid. Aruba Ashfaq. Muhammad Bilal Mirza. Muhammad Mazul Hassan. Muhammad Mustajab. Muhammad Suhaib Kamar. Muhammad Subhan. Muhammad Usama Shahid. Usama Tahir Kahlu. Roshana Wasim. Talha bin Munir.
Dear parents, students, and guests, please take your seats so that the proceedings can go on. This is the last session of this proceedings.
Thank you, Mr. Shahid Hussain. Please. Acha. Okay. I now present class of 2026 Master of Science in Healthcare Management and Innovation. Ali Masood. Azka Fatima Akhtar. फैजान जहीर, महनूर अहमद, मोहम्मद शाहजेब जाफर, नूर मिनहल, सादुल्ला सलीम, सिद्रा हलीम, सोफिया रहमान, सैयदा आमना बतूल जैदी, उशना इकबाल तरीन, ठीक, यासिर अब्बास जैदी, I now present class of 2026 Master of Science in Supply Chain and Retail Management. Abu Bakr Khurshid, Afra Ahmed, Aksa Amir, Aisha Jamal, Feher Abdul Rafe, Kainat Sajjad, Khadija Kashif, Mariam Fiaz, Muhammad Ahmed Butt, Muhammad Bilal Qasim, Muhammad Furqan Zahid, Muhammad Ismail, Muhammad Usman Sabir, Ramin Ahmed, Shahzeen Mohsin, Sheher Bano, Sheheryar Ahmed, Sheikh Mubashir Shakil, Sayyid Ali Muqaddis, Umar Rauf, Usama Imtiaz, Zainab Sajjad, Zaira Naseem, Zirak Suhail Bhatti. Zubair Ahmed. I now present class of 2026 Master of Science in Technology Management and Entrepreneurship. Anish Amir Wasim. Arish Azfar Mirza. Arfa Shahid. Faiz Moin. Fatima Yusra Suhail. Harim Malik. Haris. Hira Amjad. Javeria Nasir. Kashif Suhail. Maz Aleem Ahmed. Muhammad Abu Bakr. Muhammad Asad. Muhammad Faisal Javed. Muhammad Saad Farooq. Muhammad Saad Farooq. Nadia Nadeem. Nadeem Ibrahim. Sahibzada Mahad Ali. Suleiman Anis. Wakar Ali. Wasi Haider. Zainab Yaqub Chishti. This concludes the award of degrees to the graduates of Suleiman Daud School of Business.
Thank you, Dr. Tanveer Shahzad and Mr. Shahid Hussain. Please be seated. Thank you, Dr. Ali Chima. Please take your seat. This brings us towards the end of the first session of the Convocation 2026. I now request the Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Abdul Razak Daud, to give permission to close the first session of the 38th Convocation of Lahore University of Management Sciences.
I declare this session of the 38th Convocation of Lahore University Management Sciences closed.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession will now depart. Please rise.